Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another vlog. Today I'm so excited because we're gonna be heading on out to Barnes and Noble. Now I did go recently, but it's been a while since I filmed a bookstore vlog, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. And I just packed my laptop because I'm gonna do some work over there. I have some editing to do, and we're just gonna have a good old time at Barnes and Noble. And I'm also on the hunt for a good spooky read. I'm craving a ghost story. So I have a few books in mind. I hope that they're in stock. So yeah, we're gonna go and see what we can find, and we're gonna have a good time at Barnes and Noble. So let's head on out. Okay guys, so we're back home and I have my bag of goodies here. I am so excited. I ended up getting 4 books. 2 of them were books that I had in mind, so I'm so excited for that. I will show you guys what I got in a bit, and I'm also going to give you guys my final thoughts on Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. I did finish it. So yeah, we're gonna get into that in a bit, but right now I'm hungry. I did have breakfast before I headed on out to Barnes and Noble, and then I had that strawberry matcha latte over there. Oh my gosh, that has become my new favorite, and I think I'm gonna give it a try at home. I'm gonna try to make it at some point because it is so good. But yeah, I'm gonna have myself some chicken and vegetable soup and a little sandwich. I did make soup yesterday, so we're gonna have that, and then we're gonna get into the books. guys. So I just had lunch and now I'm in my reading room with Miss Goldie over there, and my hair is looking a mess. It looked a mess all day, but we're going with it. But I just wanted to give you guys my final thoughts on Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. I ended up giving this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend it. Just to recap, we're following some girls that are sent to this home for unwed mothers. These are girls who got pregnant young, who are not married. They're shunned by their families and society. So they get sent to this home to have their babies in secret, and they're not supposed to talk about their lives, their family. They're not even supposed to use their real names. They're given different names to use while they're in this house. So then these girls are basically powerless. They're having all the decisions made for them, what to eat, just everything. And they end up getting this book of witchcraft and they start practicing some of the spells. The first one they do, it was so funny and gross. When they see that it works, they just want to continue practicing the other spells, but you know, there's consequences. So this book was so nicely written. Grady Hendrix has a way of writing a female character and girl friendships and bonds, and it is just so nicely written. It did take me a while to finish it because it is quite chunky and it did start off slow, I would say, but I enjoyed it. So I definitely recommend this. Pick this up. It is such a good read. So 4.5 out of 5 stars. So now on to the goodies, the books that I bought today. I ended up getting 4 books at Barnes & Noble, and I was specifically going for the Graveskeeper series from Darcy Coates. She is my favorite author. I love Darcy Coates so much. She writes all the tropes that I enjoy. A good haunted house, a good old ghost story, horror. She is just amazing. So I ended up getting book 1 and 2 of the Graveskeeper series. They didn't have book 3. They did have book 4 and 5, but I decided to just get these 2 for now. But this one we're following a girl, Kiera, I think her name is. Yep. And she is homeless in the first book, and she ends up getting this job at an old cemetery, and she can hear the ghost whispering. So there's a ghost in the cemetery that she is trying to help, and she kind of goes into this story, the ghost story, the past of this ghost, and that sounds so good. Yeah, a history of deception, ill-fated love, and murder. So an old cemetery, a ghost story, a little bit of history. I love. So then the second one is, I think, a continuation of that. So yeah, I cannot wait to start these, and I think I'm gonna start this one today because I am in need of a good old ghost story. I read a romance novel a few weeks ago and I did enjoy that. And Grady Hendrix, this was a horror story, but it wasn't that haunted kind of trope that I love. So I desperately need to read a good old ghost story. So I'm gonna start with this later. And then I got The House of Last Resort by Christopher Golden. This one also sounds so spooky, so good. This one is a couple who moves to Italy. Apparently there's like these houses that they want to rent out, and they're given for very cheap, but the person has to live there for at least 5 years. So this couple moves there and they start experiencing spooky things, and there's like this history in that house that they're gonna uncover. And yeah, very spooky things. So I can't wait for that one. And last, this one I think is a newer release. It's Junie by Aaron Crosby Eckstein. I've never read from this author before, but this one is a historical ghost story. It's about a girl who I think is a slave, and I think her sister dies, so her sister's ghost is kind of trying to help her escape or something like that. But yeah, this also sounds so good. A historical ghost story. Oh, love. So yeah, that was it. I feel like a trip to Barnes and Noble is like a perfect part of a self-care day or a mental health day. I always feel so good every time I go there. Just the smell of the books and the coffee as soon as you walk in is so lovely. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on dinner, and then I'm gonna start The Whispering Dead by Darcy Coates. And yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed our little trip to Barnes & Noble. Don't forget to pick up Witchcraft for Wayward Girls if that sounds interesting, or if you read it, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about it. And yeah, that's it, you guys. I will see you guys in my next vlog. Bye.